1967 Volkswagen Beetle, and her name is Pearl.
And that's obviously because of the color.
Yes, my mom named it. I used to watch Herbie every day when I was a little kid.
And that's
so this has been like a 30-year dream.
So when you got it, what kind of shape was it in?
It was painted, and it had the wide fiberglass fenders on it. And other than that, I've touched just about every bolt on it. We got a 2276 cc motor in it now, so it's pushing almost 200 horsepower.
In a car that weighs?
Under 2,000 pounds. It's like a little go-kart.
So where did you start?
The first thing I did was take the bumpers off, because the guy had Baja-style bumpers on it, and they were absolutely ferocious. So we picked it up in Connecticut, drove home, so we're looking at, 16 some hours until we got home. My now wife was my girlfriend then. She went with us. She went to bed, and I went in the garage and ripped the bumpers off.
You said you're a big Love Bug fan. You
Yes.
watch it every day. Why didn't you do what most people think that you should have done?
Everybody has done it. There are Herbie stickers on the back.
Pay homage.
Yeah, I got the 53, and then the sticker in the left-hand side is from the second movie when he went to Monte Carlo.
So what was your inspiration for doing it this way? This is sort of like Cali style, right?
Yes, yes. I've always wanted, for years, I knew exactly what I wanted. I wanted it slammed, I wanted the wide fenders, and I wanted the big motor. So then that just kind of snowballed into the 6-point roll bar with the racing seat, the racing wood grain steering wheel with the short throw MP shifter.
When you want to make a Herbie the Love Bug, everybody makes parts for that because everybody does it. If you want to make a Baja Bug, everybody makes parts for it. If you want a Cali Bug, is that as easy to find, or is it
out in California, there's a lot of companies that make the fenders and the rims, and
so it's mostly bolt-on stuff that you
pretty much. A lot of the stuff you had to jerry rig to get them to fit. The front headlights are from an earlier 60s Bug. I just like them better. They're like recessed in. The 67 should have been flush.
So Pearl.
Arctic Crystal Pearl White. So in the sunlight, it has like a silverish hue to it. It changes.
Wheels?
There's center lines. The front ones weigh 10 pounds and the back ones weigh 12. They were just aluminum with a clear coat. You couldn't get them clean. They were like stained. So I shipped them off and had them powder coated.
Oh, nice.
And then I worked at a metal fab shop. So like in the center of the rims where the Volkswagen logos are, the Fender Guards on the back fenders, because they make Fender Guards, but not for the wide fenders. So I went into work with a cardboard cutout and said cut it. So all the stainless steel work I did.
Tell me about the roll cage.
It was built for a Bug. I built it in my kitchen. My wife was asking me, how long is this roll cage going to be in my kitchen? I told her just sweep around it. It was a pain to get it in there with the interior in it. I don't recommend that. But it's in and it's not coming back out.
They give you like a starter kit almost.
Yeah, you just cut it to size and put it in. It's a 2276 built for racing. Everything in it's top of the line, dual port, twin carb, 44 millimeter Delardos. They're vintage. They're like the holy grail of Volkswagen carburetors. When you talk to a Volkswagen guy, they say, where did you get them? And the next question is, how much did you pay for them? So we're not going to say how much I paid for them. The only air that's cooling that motor is what you can jam in there, and that's it. So if it's 95 degrees out, you're sucking in 95 degree weather. And those vents in the back, you originally would have had 40 horsepower.
Right.
That would have been good enough. Even then, it probably still ran hot. I actually had to pull over, and it was like a bonfire.
Wow.
That's how hot it was. So the next day, they're like $10 for the standoff. That was the best money I ever spent. It's a full header. I needed something that was tucked up in there. You're kind of limited without having the bumpers. Everything hangs a foot out because they wanted it to clear the bumpers. I don't have a bumper. It's an MP full kit. It has mufflers on it, but it doesn't really. It'll shoot fireballs out the back. When you're not on the gas, it just shoots fireballs out of it.
Yeah.
My wife asked why. I said my exhaust is only 2.5, 3 feet long with a big cam in it. She's a salty little bitch. I could go race it, but to do that, I'd have to redo the transmission, and then that would ruin the actual drivability of it. Right now, 70 miles an hour on the highway is her happy spot. She purrs like a little kitty, pulling 34 on the tack, which gives you plenty of power to pass somebody, plenty of power to go up any which way I have to go is up over a mountain.
Yeah.
Fourth gear, 75, 80 miles an hour all day long.
So is it droney at all, highway speed?
No, it's not bad. It's not real loud unless you're stomping on it and going through the gears. It gets a little loud, but that's what I wanted to tone it down. I did have it straight pipe. It was unbearable.
How much attention does it get?
everywhere I go. I went to go buy that fire extinguisher. That was a 4-hour trip because all the auto places didn't have them. So I stopped at the first one, guy stops, talks to me. Stopped at the second one, then I had a guy pull in behind me and park me in just to talk to me about the car. Then I finally get to Walmart's where I finally got it. Guy stops me with his son and I was like, I'm over it. I just want a fire extinguisher. I want to go home. So I finally get home. The wife's like, where in the hell have you been? I was like, I don't even want to talk about it.
Doing interviews.
The 2 front seats are DNA racing seats. The 14-inch wood grain steering wheel. The rosewood, the shifter knobs, rosewood to match it with the short throw MP. Did the racing tack. I got the most obnoxious one I could find with the shift light. 2 12-inch subs in the back that people are shocked that you could fit that in there. And then the roll bar actually goes through the box.
I know the answer to this question, but I ask it to so many people anyway. Would you ever get rid of it?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
This is always one.
This will be my son's car when I'm dead and long gone, and he already knows that too. He's 7. He goes, I don't know how to drive it. I go, you will. You will. I will show you how to drive it. My parents had bugs long before they had us, and once they realized I had such a love affair for it, my dad always said, he goes, boy, I wish I would have never sold that car. You could have had it. They're not as common as they used to be. Right. So now prices are going up. If you watch auctions, the buses, Carmagias, you get a Type 3 with the hatchback, the fastback, the notch, or the wagon, they're all going up in prices. So if you're going to get a Volkswagen, now's the time to do it, or it might be too late.
If you're going to go look for another one, what would you look out for?
The heater channels for rust, your floor pans, your heater channels. After that, they're easy to work on. The parts are very available and not overly priced. It's not a trailer queen. It's seen weather and rain and bugs. There's dings and scratches, and I get annoyed every time I wax it because I see everyone up close and personal, but it's not a trailer queen. I bought it to drive it, and I drive the hell out of it.